Did you know that your child needs to work on stringing activities well past those beads and blocks that they start out with as a toddler? Well, today I'm going to tell you 10 ways that you can practice this at home and learn how to make it fun. Hi, I'm Amy Baez, pediatric occupational therapist and founder of Playapy, and I'm here to provide you with some playful solutions and powerful results. Recently, I talked about starting a series of videos working on the skills of stacking, stringing, and folding. Really important skills that kids need to learn starting when they're very, very young and as they progress in age. And oftentimes, parents don't really realize how much these skills are used in everyday life and that they are important to practice. So today, we're going to get right into it. We're going to talk about stringing activities. Now, you may be really familiar with stringing of beads, right? This is an activity that you might see kids doing, or stringing blocks. These are common activities that children work on when they're little. They are sold in stores and marketed to you. You know that children string smaller beads for making jewelry. So as they get older, they can work on really, really tiny beads and string along to make necklaces and bracelets and all kinds of fun things. We're going to talk about some more creative ways to use some other things in the home in addition to those two. So what's next? All right, so you might have pasta in your home. You can easily use some yarn or some string to string along some pasta. And that is a great way for you to work on fine motor skills. It's also really fun for kids to do because they think it's kind of strange. Like, why are we playing with food? Kids love to play with food because they know it's like something that they're not really supposed to do, or it's like a little bit weird or unusual. So they usually often have fun with that. Along those lines, you can also string things like Cheerios, right? This is something that's common. Again, children often do this. They can create garland and things like that during the holidays. So stringing of cereal or like little holes is a good way for you to practice that. All right, another thing you can do is to cut up some straws into pieces, and you can use those to string along and practice that skill. One of the things that you may not realize when you're using like bottles of like body products, like body wash and shampoos and things like that, if they have a pump, they often have a tube inside that's helping that fluid get up. And once you're done using that bottle, you can take those plastic little tubes and you can cut them up into pieces and use those as stringing objects. Just a little tip for you. Another thing you can have around the house that's really interesting to practice with kids who are a little bit older, you're obviously not going to give this to kids who might still swallow things that are not edible, but you can use things as simple as nuts, with nuts and bolts in your closet of hardware. And you can also use washers. Washers have a nice, lovely little hole in them, and they make them easy and fun to try to string. You get lots of deliveries to your house like I do, you'll probably have lots of spare cardboard sitting around in your house. So you can easily just cut a piece of cardboard and use maybe a hole puncher to create some holes, and that way you can create your own designs. And speaking of designs, you can also use what we call lacing tools. So lacing tools can be little cutouts of different shapes. They can be bought, they can be made. Basically, they're just a shape of something with a bunch of holes around the border, and you're having children weave in and out of that. And the last one you're going to do is shoes, right? What is all of this leading up to? Well, we need to know how to lace our own shoes. So practicing stringing is a great way for you to introduce your child to developing the skill of learning how to lace their own shoes. Now, of course, this skill is going to carry on to other adult skills like learning how to sew. One of the things you can do is often just incorporate some music, make an activity fun by creating a space that looks really inviting and fun and magical. And then children are going to want to practice these other skills that are not with things that traditionally look like fun or toys that they normally identify as fun because they're very colorful. So when you're using everyday items in the home, just keep that in mind. You can always make things more entertaining and playful when you add some sensory elements to it, like sound and light and color. All right, there you have it, guys. Those are 10 different activities that you can do, stringing objects that you can work on fine motor skills with kids. Again, this is not the only skill that can be worked on in this activity, but it is a great transition for you to practice this very important skill throughout various ages of your child's life. I hope you find this tip helpful. See you in the next video. Be sure to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and also head over to playapy.com where you can sign up for the monthly newsletter. Until the next video, have a playful day.